All right, good evening, race fans. Scooter's Garage, sgr-performance, coming at you live from the shop. And once again, we are back on air. Welcome to part 4 of an automatic transmission service. So tonight, what we're going to point out is some common mistakes that people make when they're servicing their transmission. So first thing, let me turn the camera around. Okay, if you remember from part 3, we showed you where we drained the transmission fluid and the little gold and silver mine that we found in there and a couple of chunks. Well, a lot of times a common mistake that we see is people will dump the fluid, but they won't clean the pan out. But notice we've got the pan clean. We cleaned up all the junk out of the pan. We cleaned the bolts. And another tech tip, this is a neoprene gasket, everybody. You can do similar with a cork gasket, but you might have to take a little dab of Permatex or something to hold the gasket in place. But you notice that we've staged the bolts all through the pan, everything in the pan. Alright, now we're going to grab the filter and we're going to scoot it under the car. And why don't you guys come down here under the car with us? And we're going to show you another common mistake, especially on GM 4L60, 65, and 70 series transmissions. So, before we put the filter back in, let me get up under the car here. And right there in the middle, you'll see right here, there's a, I don't know what you call it, a little seal sleeve, a crush sleeve. It's a metal band with a rubber gasket around it. And you'll see how we drove that in where the lip is just flush with the case of the transmission. Another common mistake that we see, everybody, is that people will drive that crush sleeve way too far up in there and then they have trouble getting it out, or they won't be able to get the filter to seat right or the filter to stay in. So that's a couple of common tech tips, common things that people tend to overlook. And of course, don't forget to put your filter back in. And that's part 4 of how to service an automatic transmission. In this case, a GM 4L60E. Stay tuned for part 5. What we're going to do now, we're going to put the filter in, and then we're going to put the pan in. Don't think we need to cover that too much, but once we get all that together, we will show you how to tighten the bolts up, because another common mistake that we see is when guys get up in there, they start putting the pan back on, they do the typical ugga-dugga, and they wrench it down, then they wonder why their pan leaks. We're going to cover that in part 5. Like, comment, subscribe, and let us know what you'd like to see. Stay tuned, because we got more coming.